Hey YouTube world and world in general, how you doing? First of all, thanks for tuning in to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing an unboxing of this Steel Series Arctis 5 headsets. You guys probably seen my Logitech unboxing videos as well. Well, I decided to pick up another headset for my personal use. So ended up getting this Steel Series headset. Obvious reasons, because just for gaming needs and regular use. So these are universal headsets, as you guys could tell. Alright, so let's get to this unboxing. I'm actually over voicing this whole unboxing and a whole setup video with the Steel Series Arctis 5 headsets straight out of Audacity. Then I'm gonna transfer it into my editing program and put it as a narration. And let's check it out. Let's see what's in the box. As back of the box, you guys could tell as is showcase how and what the headsets do. And that's the front of the box with a little picture saying, and it also has from the makers of Best Gaming Headsets by PC Magazine. And on the top, as you guys can tell, it is the esports athletic have won more prize and all that good stuff about this packaging and labeling. It looks really really good to show off. Actually, that's the back of it. It shows like how and what the headsets do. And less further ado, let's get to this unboxing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my box cutter. I'm gonna open it up and as I slide through the box here, the box is really nicely done. I mean, it's not like one of those cheap looking boxes here. And the inside of the box, it seems like really nice art going on. And if you're into that, as you guys could tell, uh, obviously the 3 and the 7 comes with stickers, I heard. So this one does not come with any stickers or any extra accessories. So all it is this nice looking headset with foam padding onto it and a ski goggle headrest. And what else is underneath the box is obviously the little accessory box that you guys could tell over here. Let me zoom out a little bit here. And so here is a accessory box. And what's in this accessory box? Let's check it out. And you get yourself a user's manual and a warranty page. And now it's really, the headset is really of simple. There's no tricky business here. So this wire right here is, it's like a different type of a wire. I don't know what's the name of it. I think this wire is specifically made for this headset, and that wire goes into this dongle that hooks up into the PC, and the little dialer that you see in the front. And what else is in the box? We get this 3.5 millimeter headphone adapter jack thing right here. It's like a little one of those adapters. I don't think that I could buy those adapters, neither that wire outside. It's something that is specifically made for these headsets. Well, that's a bummer because if I do lose one of these wires, then I have to go to steelseries.com and order myself those wires. But yeah, well, I don't. Well, that's just in case if I lose it, right? So there's nothing else in the box. We got ourselves users manual. This specific wire that hooks up into the headset, and we got this adapter, 3.5 millimeter adapter, and this dialer here is actually hooks up into the computer. So let's get into the setup part of this video now. All right. So I'm gonna go to steelseries.com and download the SteelSeries Engine 3 right here first. So I mean there is an electronic user manual as well. You could download it onto your computer, but I don't think I need it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna download the SteelSeries Engine 3 that they claim that gives us the 7.1 surround sound every time my headset is hooked up into the computer here. So I'm gonna download the Windows version. So I'm gonna download the Windows version of the headsets. So I'm going to download the Windows version of the software onto my computer of SteelSeries Engine 3, which claims to give us the 7.1 surround sound. It claims to give us a 7.1 surround sound every time I hook up my headset into the computer. So I'm going to run the setup part of this software. So I'm gonna pick my language, of course English, because I'm gonna say English and OK. I'm gonna say next here. Welcome to SteelSeries Engine 3 10.2 setup. So I'm gonna go ahead and download that onto my computer here. As soon as it does that, it gives me access to the SteelSeries software, right? So now after it downloads, so we're gonna check out the software in the setup video as well as soon as it does that, and then we're gonna do device setup hookups as well as game console hookups into this setup video with these headsets, because as we know these are universal headsets. So here it is. The download is complete from the software here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the software. So this is the first screen that pops up here. The first thing first, it's gonna have this advertisement, and then it's gonna ask me to update the headset in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out this software. So we get ourselves a library, engine app, and my gear. So in my gear is where all my accessories are gonna be hooked up. So right now I have the little dongle USB hooked up into the computer. So I'm gonna take out the 3.5 millimeter jack here, and I'm gonna take that USB that is hooked up into my computer, right? So I'm gonna take that one up with the dialer in the front right here, and I'm gonna plug in or hook up the headset right into the little dialer, which is of course hooked up in the back of my computer or in front or whatever this my USB is, right? So right now I'm just waiting for the system to update some software part of the setup here. So as soon as it does that here, I'm gonna go ahead and say done, and I'm gonna go ahead and hook up my headset into the dialer. And as soon as I do that, it's gonna recognize my Arctis 5 headsets, which are here, right here. So now you guys see that RGB functionality on the headsets works right away here, correct? And and this RGB feature is actually only available when I am hooked up my headset into the computer, and this RGB is not available when it's hooked up to the game consoles or iPad or phone, which is a bummer. But I guess like it only means that I could actually use the RGB functionality when it's hooked up to a computer, which also allows me to enjoy the 7.1 surround sound that it claims this headset has, right? So as soon as I'm set up here, I'm gonna go into the software and check out the functionalities what this headset does. So so that's just a welcome screen here. As you guys could tell that it did recognize my headset, and I got the RGB functionalities already happening for me. That thing works as soon as you as that worked as soon as I hooked up the headset right into my computer, into the dialer thing, right? So I had to do nothing with it, so it just like works right out of the box, right? So I'm gonna click on that and on my headset, and this menu pops up. Right now it is on default. All the functionalities and all the adjustments, the equalizers and the mic and all that good stuff of the headset is actually at a default state. So so we get ourselves RGB for the left speaker cuff, or an RGB adjustment for the right speaker cuff, and there's a third one for the mic as well. But for now, as you guys could tell that I am moving along with the RGB palette here, and the colors are changing as I change the colors on the app, as I hover over the colors, as I hover over the different colors in the palette, the color changes right onto my headsets, as you guys could tell here. So right now it's on the left here. So like I said earlier, I mean I could cycle through the colors as it is, or so right now there's a left one and there's a right one. I mean I could have the colors cycled through by itself the way it is, right? And I could also pick the colors that I want it to cycle through. Like right at the bottom there's a pink, there's a yellow, there's a green, and there's a sky blue or whatever. I mean I could set the colors that I want the headsets to cycle through, or I could just leave it the way it is, and the colors will cycle through randomly. I mean there's like millions and gazillions of colors in here, but you know how our RGB works in here. So I mean the cool thing about that is that I could like each cuff, or I also say the speakers, has its own RGB functionality, and I could set the speakers, the colors, the way that it needs to. Then having it just cycle through in random ways, which I also can, as you guys could tell that I am cycling through the colors on my as I cycle through the colors here. And now I took off my chroma keys just to show you guys, because it's probably the color probably pops up even more when I take my chroma key off, and just for you guys to show that you guys could tell how the color changes here. And you guys could tell it does work the way that is advertised. And now I'm going to put on my chroma key back on, so you guys could tell the difference with or without the chroma key, that it does not affect the color functionalities. Alright, so I'm gonna close this here, and now this thing that you guys see on the top is the speaker. So the good thing about this speaker is that when I talk into the speaker here, my voice actually echoes back into the headset. It does echoes back and talks back into my headset. And I could also adjust how high and lows I want my speakers and my microphone to sound as. Just right there with the equalizers and the dialers and the bass and tremble, all that goes to how highs and lows that I want on the speaker as well, with this dialer over here. And yeah, and all that good stuff that this software has to offer. So right now I'm just cycling through and getting myself familiar with the functionalities of this headset. So I'm just clicking through, finding my comfort spot or comfort zone here, and I'm gonna adjust myself a default. And we also have this 7.1 DTX surround sound on here, and of course I could turn off and on the DTX surround sound. And on the left here, as you guys could tell, there's a default is already in there, so I could always save my default in here the way that it is, or I could add in another configurations, like if I want configurations for gaming. I could type in a gaming, right? If I want a configuration for watching a movie, I could type in a movie. The point with this is that I don't really have to be stuck with one functionality that this headset has to offer. I could go in and put as many new, just click on the plus sign and put in whatever I want. If I want gaming settings, I could go in gaming settings. If I'm watching a movie, I could adjust the movie settings, and if I want doing something on PC, I could click on PC and do a PC settings, correct? So the good thing about that is I don't really have to be stuck with one configuration. I could go in there and set up my own configurations of every single genre, how I want my headphones to sound like, correct? So which is a cool thing. I could keep on going forever and ever. I could probably do like 10 different configurations with the headset, and I could just have to click into and enjoy that functionality. But this functionality feature is only if my headsets are connected with the computer. Correct? If I'm doing something on the computer or PC or Mac, I have to connect my headset into that particular source, correct? So there's a quick menu here. I mean, I don't really have to go in after I preset. And there's more like if I own a keyboard, a mic, or Bluetooth or whatever, I could just put in more accessories if I own more SteelSeries accessories, and everything can be adjusted right into the software, into this SteelSeries Engine 3 software. So I mean, this is like a little platform from SteelSeries where every single SteelSeries product just comes together through this software. Right, correct. Alright. So let's see what else here that I could show you guys what this software does. So once again, so this menu on the left, like I said earlier, I mean, I could always go in and adjust how I want my configuration to be, and I could take off what I don't want. Alright, so I am done with this. So now let's go to device setup. So my choice of device that I'm using is iPad mini here. Okay, so I'm gonna take off the little dongle thing that that goes into the computer, and I'm going to put on the 3.5 millimeter jack here into my headsets. So as you guys could tell, like, I don't have the RGB functionality anymore, correct? And now I'm just using the headset as a regular 3.5 millimeter jack that goes right into the iPad. So I'm gonna play some music and show you guys what it sounds like. Here we go. So now the sound is all the way down, then I'm gonna go all the way up, and you guys can see the highs and lows, how the sound sounds like. And I am recording this on my Blue Snowball. And that's the highest it goes, and that's the lowest. So you guys could tell, like, the sound is pretty good. It's pretty loud for my iPad, and I just recorded this in my Blue Snowball, and now I'm gonna use the same headset into the console. So I'm gonna take the 3.5 millimeter jack here. So I got my PS4 here. So I'm gonna hook up my the jack right into the PS4. So I'm gonna go into settings, go into sounds, and show you guys how it sounds like, the highs and lows that you guys could tell here. Alright, so here it goes. So this is the SteelSeries with
Hello?
PS4.
Hello? Sound test? Hello? 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 Sound test?
Alright, so now you guys could tell, like, how this sounds echoes back right into the headsets. So we know now that this headset works fine with the PS4. So I'm gonna go ahead and also I could also adjust the volume and the highs and lows, and if I want chat or whatever. So now we're gonna go into Xbox One here. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in right now. As you guys could tell, it is saying it does not have any mic connected into the Xbox One controller. So I'm gonna do the same thing, have my 3.5 millimeter jack right into the Xbox One controller. and as soon as I put that in, it's going to change into mic here. And now I know that the sound is coming out of the headsets, right? So as soon as I do that, here I do have a sound coming out of the headsets, and let me go ahead and show you guys how the sound sounds like here. Okay. So I'm with my eyes microphone, and I'm voiceovering this whole thing with the SteelSeries headset from Audacity, and I'm going to transfer this whole voiceover from Audacity to my editing software. And then I'm gonna go into settings there, and now I do have an option of turning on and off the mic. So I do have the option happening here, and I could turn off on the mic here and adjust how highs and lows I want my sound to be coming out of the headset, and also the mic as well, adjustment, all that good stuff what the software, what Xbox has to offer. I mean, that's the point of this, that the headsets do work with Xbox One, also PS4, and well as the tablet here. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it about this unboxing, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video and my next unboxing.